Hello readers, yesterday we learned about third-person point of view. Today we're going to talk about similes and metaphors to help communicate experiences and emotions that are beyond words. Our learning target today is we will learn to understand the difference between a simile and a metaphor with clue words such as like or as. Performance of understanding, we will analyze metaphors and similes in our mentor text. And success criteria, we can identify clue words like or as to find the difference between a simile and metaphor. I'm going to post this video in a separate link so that you can watch it without having to read the words, and so that the sound doesn't sound staticky. So make sure that you click on this video in a separate link. Before we move on with the rest of the slides, I want you to take your writer's notebook out and a pencil and make sure you get these notes. So we're going to start talking about figurative language, which is when words mean something other than their literal meaning. So an example of figurative language would be simile and metaphor. So a simile is a comparison. It compares using like or as. An example would be Joey was as busy as a bee. And then we have a metaphor which compares without using like or as. So Ivy's heart is made of gold. So it's comparing this person's heart to being like gold, which is rare, right? It doesn't use the word like or as like the simile does. So pause the video here so you can get a second to write this down, and then we can go on. So this is the same thing we just talked about on our paper, on our anchor chart. A simile compares using like or as, and a metaphor compares one thing is another. So here are more examples. Her eyes are as green as emeralds. Clouds soft and fluffy like marshmallows. An example would be my father's anger is a volcano about to blow. So what's the difference? Have you noticed the difference between similes and metaphors yet? A simile uses the word like or as to help make comparisons. You can remember, a good way to remember would be using the word simile and similar, right? It's using that comparison word. On the other hand, a metaphor directly compares two things by saying that one thing is actually another. What do you notice about these sentences? My sister likes to go to bed early, but I'm a night owl. I was standing perfectly still like a statue. These are two separate categories. What do you think? Hopefully you notice that this left column is metaphors that do not use the words like or as. So they're using comparisons. You're such a chicken. Obviously this person's not a chicken. It's just a metaphor or a saying. Life is a roller coaster of emotions. And then this orange column is all similes. I was standing perfectly still like a statue. By tomorrow, our house will be as clean as a whistle. The cafeteria stew was as tasteless as mud. Let's see if you can sort each sentence now that they're all in black and mixed up. Which is a metaphor and which is a simile? My sister likes to go to bed early, but I'm a night owl. Hopefully you said metaphor. By tomorrow, our house will be as clean as a whistle. Simile. You're such a chicken. Metaphor, right? Because this person is not a chicken and there is no like or as. I was standing perfectly still like a statue. Simile. Life is a roller coaster of emotions. There is no like or as again, so metaphor. The cafeteria stew was as tasteless as mud. Simile. So I'm going to publish this mentor text, and what you're going to do, you're going to read through and highlight words that can help you identify similes and metaphors. I have highlighted a couple examples here. So do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Like, right, is a simile. Feel so paper thin. You can't really be as thin as a paper, right? So that is a metaphor. And then do you ever feel buried deep 6 feet under? Again, that's another metaphor. I'm going to color code these in our orange and blue that we were using before so that you can see my examples of similes and metaphors, and then you're going to do the same thing on your own copy. Okay, friends, so I changed the colors, and what you're going to do is go and highlight one or two more examples in your own copy on Schoology. And then last but not least, you do have your assignment, similes versus metaphor in Schoology. So that first highlighting is just practice, and then this one is going to be your actual assignment for Schoology. Good luck.